if we take this yin and yang, okay, this is positive and negative, okay? If we take it, we turn it on its side, you see there? We get a north pole and we get a south pole, okay? If we flip it upside down, it would still be the same thing. It would be in reverse, okay? Why is it shaped like this? Okay, well, because there's a thing called a sine wave. I told you a sine wave is a word where the word sin comes from, because the word sin is the shortened physics word for sine, for a sine wave. So let's take a look at a sine wave. We see that right here, from point A to point B, okay, or 0 right here, which is time, right here, okay, we go up here, this is the top, see the plus? As it goes down, see, down here, you got the negative, and then it starts to slope back up. The reason that this says 1 revolution, even though this looks like a serpent, okay, is because you're seeing a 2-dimensional version of a 3-dimensional circle, or an oval. So if we were to take this side over here and slide it over, what do you have? You have a circle, okay? Now, what's more interesting is that if we look in reference to Saturn, Saturn is number 9, correct? So everything on here is based in 9s. We go 0, 9 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 8 is 9, 2 plus 7 is 9, 3 plus 6 is 9. So here we have 1 revolution, okay? The Beatles song, the White Album, Revolution number 9, okay? All of this is stating is everything works in a phase. This is a phase. This is 1 revolution or 1 phase. Angle or time. See? Angle or time. So we've got 360. So if we were to take this symbol, right, and I was to draw a circle around it, using the picture that you saw before, this picture on its side, taking this symbol, putting the two together, look at what you get. You get exactly the yin and the yang. And so all this is positive and negative, and it's circles that go round and round and round. It's a phase, okay? That's why angles are angels, time or sin. Now if we look at this picture that I drew, let's use this here. Saturn is directly connected to the Earth. Saturn is the sine wave, okay? It has positive and negative, but it switches every, I don't know how many thousands of years, but it switches, as you can see here in the diagram I drew, okay? When this happens, the same thing happens with the Earth, okay? The aurora borealises are caused by Saturn, okay? They're never going to tell you this in science, because this is the mystical properties of what they consider to be God, because this is the one that has more of an effect on the Earth than the sun that you see during the day. Okay, so when this is positive and negative, this is positive and negative over here, and then this would flip. The Earth would be negative here, positive here, negative here, and it just keeps going. Okay, just like a serpent. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. Now, they showed not too long ago, the New Yorker shows this. The New Yorker, this is from March, Cain versus Abel. Well, why? Because they're opposites. They're opposites ends of the phase. Okay? And then what else did they have inside? The article was satanic reverses. Okay, well, what are they saying? Satan is always associated with Saturn. So they're saying Saturn reverses. Right? So we go back here. Here, see, it's positive and negative. Here it's reversed. It's positive and negative. This is what's causing the storms. I've been trying to tell this to people for ages, but nobody wants to listen to me. Okay, this is physics. There's absolutely a spiritual element to it, and there is a deity to it, and there is a creator to this. This is all part of it. If we were to look at this, if I can make it big enough, this is a Google image. I put in a command and it said 414. It said it couldn't understand it, or it was too big of a question. 414 equals 9. And then they draw a little picture of a robot. Well, here's the cube here, right? On the North Pole of Saturn. Here it is here used in the converse. Here's the Kabbalistic tree of life. The black one right here, that's Saturn. Okay, this is a schematic. If we were to look at this here, this is an electrical outlay over the top. Now, when we look at the March 5th of the New Yorker, it says Saturn, center of the Earth. If you go back and you look at that cover, Saturn, center of the Earth. Why? Because one's a negative, one's a positive. Here's the Cain and Abel. Comes down here, it says satanic reverses. Okay? It's Saturn reverses. Okay, then if we look at Nostradamus, I don't know if I can make this any bigger. Let me see if I got it over here. Well, basically, Nostradamus says, leave Geneva, every last one of you. Saturn will be converted from gold to iron. Rapaz will exterminate all who stand in his way. Now that's from Nostradamus' quatrain 9. Again, we got 9, which is this. Okay? It's just time. It's time. That's what it is. It's time. And because the phase is flipping, okay, the Earth is going to go through radical changes. And that's what all of this is about. It's all about this symbol right here. And all of this other crap that these people are trying to scare you with. This is physics. It's physics. It's just physics. So if we look here, we can see this is a sine wave. You see how they have it written out? Sin x. Sin x. And here's cos x. Okay? Cos x. So sin, which the devil is represented as red, is here. It's a sine wave. What I showed you in the yin and the yang. The cosine wave, also known as cosine, that's where you get the word cosigner from, works the negative end of this. What's interesting here is, look at how they write this out. Okay, this is time. This line here is time. These three intersections represent 3 dimensions, the 3rd dimension. But it really is a 6-sided cube. It says cause plus I sin. Okay? What does it say biblically? Why are you evil? Because I sin. Cause I sin. Why are we in trouble as a race of humans? Because of our sin. Our sin. Our cause, our sin. Why? Our sin. This is physics, and it's all through the Bible, and it's all coded like I've been telling you. These fucking idiots. That makes me sick. Yes, there's a spiritual side to it, and yes, Jesus is the Son of God. But I'm trying to tell you, the Bible is coded in physics. I'm proving it to you right here. It's all right here. This is what Saturn is all about, and how it works in reference to the Earth. This is your cube, right here. Okay? Saturn said I am the north, south, east, west, top, and bottom. Okay? So quickly, when they tell us on the New Yorker, Cain and Abel, that's the positive and the negative, the north and the south. Then inside that edition, they have this write-up. Okay? It says satanic reverses. Satan is associated with Saturn, which is associated with time. The phase is flipping. And so that's where we're at. That's what's going on. That's why you're having these storms that you're seeing, because the phase is flipping. I'll try and go more into it in another video, but just understand what the hell it is that you're looking at.